Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Adam Bergman's Money Makers, where we talk personal finance as it relates to your own personal growth and hopefully financial independence in the future. I am in sunny Jacksonville, Florida, and you know I gotta go to my boy's pool. Nobody woke up yet, but you know I gotta wake up and make a lot of content for all of you great people this Saturday morning. Today, we'll be talking a little bit about Palantir. Let me just put down my piece of paper over here because I'm going to need some cheat sheets. And essentially what I wanted to talk, that there's a lot of institutional investors that are buying right now Palantir stocks. And I wanted to go over something called a 13F. A 13F is a filing that has to be filed by every single institutional investor or institutional investment firm that has over $100 million under their investment umbrella, under their investment portfolio. And today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about all of the crazy investments and the lot of shares that are owned by a lot of huge institutional firms. This is the pool. Let's go into it. And then we're going to do this. Oh my God, this feels so good. Whew. Nice. Wow. This is nice. So nice. All right, perfect. Whew. Nice. Water, not too warm, not too cold. This is great. We're going to talk about Palantir right now. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to a Twitter account. I can't put this because I'm doing this live on my phone. The Twitter account is going to be at RACCHIKABU. This account does a lot of Palantir work. He does a lot of Palantir contracts. He actually gets Palantir contracts before it actually hits the market, and he has a lot of information. So he gathered a lot of these institutional investors that are buying up Palantirs just this last quarter. So I'm going to show you who's buying it, how much they have, and how much their institutional investing amount increased this quarter. Just so you guys understand that people are still buying Palantir, that people are not selling out of their positions, and not everybody is bearish. And some people are bullish and buying shares and taking up the opportunity to do this DCAing the dip, dollar cost averaging the dip. Again, this is called the 13FHR report, and it's just quarterly reports that are forced to be filed by anybody that has $100 million or more in their institutional investing portfolio. So these are all big boys. AllianceBernstein, they have 2,197,000 shares, 309 of Palantir. They increased their institutional investing holdings by 117% by this quarter alone. That's just this quarter. They increased by over double. Charles Schwab, you guys might have heard of Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab actually owns TD Ameritrade, and TD Ameritrade bought up Scottrade. It's a huge firm. They own 4,343,137 shares of Palantir, increasing their institutional ownership by 2.9% this quarter alone. They bought the dip. Huge dip buyers and huge institution. The State of Wisconsin Investment Board. State of Wisconsin Investment Board. They own 1,199,646 shares of Palantir, increasing their institutional investing by 19.5%. After that, you have Rockefeller Capital, guys. Rockefeller Capital. They have 518,299 shares of Palantir, increasing their institutional investing holdings by 30% this quarter alone. Deutsche Bank, you might have heard of them. They're a really big bank. Deutsche Bank now has 3,619,564 shares of Palantir, increasing their institutional ownership by 83.6% this quarter alone, guys. This quarter alone. Dimensional Fund, 1,153,018 shares of Palantir, increasing their institutional holding by 71.8% this quarter alone. Geode Capital, a massive 20,338,231 shares of Palantir, increasing their holding by 2.34% this quarter alone. Now you guys are going to laugh. You're going to say 2.34%. That's nothing. Yeah, but it's 2.34% on a $20 million position in Palantir shares. 20 million, I'm sorry, it's not $20 million. It's more like 200 something million dollars. But that 2.34% is huge on a 20 million share position. The National Pension Fund, 2,571,515 shares of Palantir, increasing their institutional holding by 26.8% this quarter alone. Citibank, 9,497,171 shares of Palantir, 9 million with an M, increasing their holdings by 188% this quarter alone. CIBC World Market, 226,834 shares, increasing their institutional ownership by 38% this quarter alone. This is going to be a big, big boy. BlackRock. I made a lot of videos about BlackRock. BlackRock is the company that owns the world, as some people say. They have over 10 with a T trillion dollars under management. They are as big as they come, They own a massive 86,955,785, don't forget the 5, shares of Palantir, guys, increasing their institutional investing ownership by 2.34%. 2.34% on 86 million shares is massive, guys. It is massive. Do the math yourself. I have my phone and I don't want to edit after this because I have nowhere to edit. But you would be mistaken if you thought that was the biggest position. There's a company called Vanguard Group. A massive 156,3,743 shares. 156,003,743. Increasing their institutional ownership hold by 22% this quarter alone. And you guys are going to say that people don't like Palantir? You're going to say Palantir is dead? People are going to say, oh, people are bullish. Bridgewater Associates opened up a brand new position of Palantir. 516,460 shares. Brand new position on Palantir. And you guys are going to say that people are not buying Palantir? Now, what I just gave you is tiny. It's not even like a huge percentage of the people that own Palantir, including institutional investors. We basically lost Cathie Wood. That's okay. We lost Cathie Wood. But we're gaining so much traction with so many other firms. It's just a matter of time. You see, Friday was a great day. I think we closed 13 or 14% up. Thursday was a great day. I think we got 10%. So basically, we got 23 to 25% between Thursday and Friday. What happens on Monday? I don't know. So what are these institutional investors investing in? What are they looking at? Are they looking at these crazy financials that didn't do so good, that's really bearish? Or are they connecting the dots? You know? Shall I be so bold to say that they're using Adam Bergman's strategy? Nah, I know these guys are big investors and I'm just a small fish swimming in a pool in Florida. But you guys gotta love it, right? I'm putting out content for you guys, even on vacation. And I'm putting out hardcore content, taking the time to write everything down with my terrible handwriting. And I just wanted you guys to understand that it's not always about the numbers in front of you. Sometimes it's not about this quarter or next quarter or the quarter after that. What are these institutional investors looking for? They're looking for a bigger picture, and they're looking for massive returns in the future. They're looking for that diamond in a rough. They're looking for that Tesla play. And I think that they see a lot of things that I see, or we see it the same way. I'm not comparing myself to them, obviously, and don't listen to me. I'm purely entertainment and educational purposes only. None of this is financial advice. But I think they see the bigger picture that Palantir has a couple of amazing things that's going for them that a lot of people don't. They have best-in-class technology. They are trying to become the first software prime for the DoD, Department of Defense. They have a level 6 clearance for the Department of Defense. They're only one of 2 companies that has it, Microsoft being a partial level 6 clearance. So if Palantir is the only level 6 full clearance don't you think Palantir can possibly be the next prime for the Department of Defense? And if Palantir is the next prime for the Department of Defense, what do you think that means for Palantir? How much money you think is going to flow into Palantir? Basically, anytime the United States government, let me move it like this. I know there's a lot of sun on me. Sorry about that, guys. Every time the United States government is going to need some type of software, they're going to come to Palantir, and they're going to be the only one. So that's one. Two, geopolitical uncertainty. Lots of contracts are going to be coming out of NATO, the European Union, and this push for the world is not great and shit happens. That's what's going to happen right now. No matter what happens right now in Ukraine, people are going to be like, you know, whether it's Putin or somebody after him, you know, everybody needs the bad guy. Maybe North Korea, I don't know. Always some regime that the good guys don't like. So they got to prepare for it. And what better way to prepare for it than preemptive analytic data? Instead of taking raw data, let's process the data and try to give you what you guys are looking for. Name me another company that can take information from space, as per Palantir, the size of a tennis ball, right? Imagine this is floating in space. Or here, let me give you. The haters are going to be like, that's not a tennis ball. Let's do this, right? The size of a tennis ball. They're saying that they can find this in that, guys, in that space. Look at that. Could you imagine finding this in that? And then being able to describe that it looks like this, right? So instead of finding it like and be like, oh, we found something in space. We found something that has some white on it, some blue on it, and there's some holes between it, right? Do you imagine they can process something like that? And that's what Palantir is working on. And they're going to process it in space using edge AI without the need for a cloud and give you processed data instead of raw data. Government contracts, commercial contracts. Commercial's growing, guys. Commercial's growing. They showed you that it's growing, but there's a huge bull case scenario right here for something called Apollo, which is the new product or the new platform that Palantir just came out with. You see, Gotham, which is for government contracts, only has so much TAM because they've been around for 20 years. And Foundry has been around for, I believe, 3 or 4 years total, right? They just started working on it and they only went public like 2 years ago working with commercial clients. Has a bigger total addressable market, right? Because it's not dried up. The market is not dried up. But now you have Apollo that has this big total addressable market. And that's where the future is going to lead to. And if they can do this Apollo Edge AI together, well, then they come up with essentially a new type of cloud that reduces your dependency on a cloud system, the current cloud systems of IBM, Microsoft, Amazon, Google. Now, all of those companies are huge, with huge market shares for cloud. But let's say the whole market share for cloud is, I don't know, trillions of dollars. Imagine Palantir could just take a little bit of that, little bit of it. Let's say Palantir can take, I don't know, 5%, 10% of that market. We're talking about multi tens and hundreds of billions of dollars that can flow into Palantir commercially. And now people are going to say, well, Adam, that's great, but there's no real growth in Palantir. Palantir can grow past that. The future is not bright for Palantir. Well, it's brighter than this sun splashing on my freaking face. What do you think Palantir is going to do after Apollo? So first they had Gotham, then they had Foundry, and now they're connecting all of it through Edge AI, and now they have Apollo. Well, they're going to come out with something else, some other product. People like so short-sighted that they don't see that Palantir is going to come up with more stuff in the future. They're like, oh, you guys are dead. No, we come up with stuff. That's what happened. Gotham, government, Foundry, commercial. When we came out with Foundry, people were like, oh, wow, you know, you came out with something new. Now we have Apollo. People are like, oh, wow, you came out with something new. Guys, the point is, don't be so short-sighted. You know, all of these people, and I just put down a couple of them. By the way, I know this is going to butcher me, but that's the guy's screen name on Twitter. Definitely check him out. All of these people are buying. These are smart people, or supposedly smart. They have a lot of money on their management, and they have to answer for the investments that they do. If they're buying, there's a reason they're buying. And maybe that reason is the same reason that I see, connecting the dots. Or maybe they just like to spend tens and hundreds of millions of dollars on nonsense. I don't know, maybe. But why would they be buying the dip? Why would they not take advantage of paper losses into realized losses, kind of like what Cathie Wood did, and offset it against realized gains on some other investments, right? That's the question. Why? Well, because they're not. Because they believe in Palantir. They believe in the product, just like I believe in Palantir and I believe in the product. And I believe in all of you guys. Watch my other videos. I got some dope videos coming out. I also got some dope videos right now. Definitely check it out. Have a great day. Peace.